students, I'm Nilanjana Sanyal. Welcome you all to my channel NS Online Math Classes. Our today's topic is solving quadratic inequalities using the sign table or the sign chart method. This is the part 2. This is the second session on this method. We have already had the first session on this method. So I would definitely be asking you to watch my previous video on this method and then come to this video to understand this method completely. Okay, these two methods, the rules will be the same for both the parts, but the question will be different. And in this part we are dealing with the less than sign. In the part 1 we have done the greater than sign. So it is slightly different, and you should be knowing both the things, how to solve the less than inequality and how to solve the greater than inequality. Okay, so that is the reason that I am asking you to watch the part 1 video as well. Okay, so this is the question that we have to solve. Solve x squared plus 5x is less than -4, and now we come to the rules. Bring all the terms to one side of the inequality sign. The other side should have a 0. So we bring the -4 to the left hand side, and we have x squared plus 5x plus 4 is less than 0. Rule number 2 says factorize the expression and get the critical values or zeros. Actually, when we have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to sign, the equality sign is included within the inequality, then it is proper to use this term zeros. But loosely speaking, even when we don't have any equality sign included, even then we use this term zeros. But strictly speaking, we should be using this term critical values. Actually, what we are doing is we are assuming that there is an equality sign existing over here, and we will be equating this expression to 0. X squared plus 5x plus 4 equal to 0, and we will be getting the critical values of x6. Since it is a quadratic expression, we will be having two values of x, and for that we will be first of all factorizing. I have factorized this expression using the Middleton splitting method, and I have got x plus 1 times x plus 4 is less than 0. And from this factorized form, we get the two critical values as x equals -1 and x equals -4. Okay. Now coming to the third rule, make a table containing 4 rows for the heading, 2 factors and the product, and the 6 columns. And before going to the table, let us know the last rule as well. Before going to the table, complete the table to get the final answer. We will be knowing how to complete the table. So this is the heading, the horizontal heading. They are having few numbers. These two numbers, -4 and -1, you see these are the two critical values. And I have written -4 first and then -1. Always we go, you just imagine the number line, or you imagine always the smaller number should be written first. You have to go from left or right, or you have to go from smaller number to the bigger number. You have to write the numbers in an ascending order. This is important. If you write -1 first and then -4, everything will get confused and you will be coming up with an incorrect answer. Okay. So you have to write -4 first, because -4 is less than -1, and we will be having one value to the left of the 0 of any of these two zeros. We are having one value to the left of the 0 or the critical value and one value to the right. The value to the left will be less than the respective 0 or the critical value, and the value to the right will be more than the critical value or the 0. Okay, -5 is less than -4, but -3 is greater than -4. Because -3 is to the left of -4, it should be a number which will be greater than -4. But at the same time, this number should be less than -1 because it is to the left hand side of -1. So I have taken -3. I cannot take -half over here. Even though -half is greater than -4, but -half is not less than -1. Okay, so for this column, I have to take a number which should be simultaneously greater than -4, but will be less than -1. Okay. And finally, coming to the rightmost column, this should be having a number which will be more than -1. And these three numbers are just representing the regions. This is the region which is having numbers less than -4. This is the region which is having numbers greater than -4 but less than -1. And this is the region which is having numbers more than -1. Okay. Now coming to the rows. The first row, you see there are two linear factors. So I have written the two linear factors in the two rows, x plus 1 and x plus 4. And then there is this row called the product, because we have to multiply these two, and our target is to get the region which will be giving us a negative number as the product, because the inequality is less than 0. These two, after multiplication, should be a number which will be less than 0. That means it should be having a negative product. Okay. So what we do is we substitute these values, the -5, -4, whatever numbers are there in the heading, we substitute these values for x in the two expressions. So -5 plus 1 is -4. We are not interested in the number that we are getting. We are interested in the product, or rather the sign of the product, because we should be having a negative number. So we are interested in the sign, whether it is a positive number or a negative number. So -5 plus 1 is -4, -4, it is a negative number. So I am writing the negative sign, the minus sign over here. For x plus 4, -5 plus 4 is -1, again a negative number. And product means when we multiply these two negative numbers, obviously the product will be a positive number. So I have written a plus sign over here. You don't have, if you want, you may write the numbers as well. -4 and -1 will be giving us the product as +4. But the number is not important. What is important is whether you are getting a positive product or a negative product. Okay. So signs are important. Therefore, you may write just the signs. Okay. Coming to -4. -4 plus 1 is -3. So there is this minus sign over here. And -4, +4 added together gives us a 0. Negative number when multiplied with 0 will be giving us a 0 as the product. Now it is the turn for the number -3. -3 plus 1 is -2, again a negative sign over here. -3, +4, -3 plus 4 is +1. It is a positive number, so we have a plus sign. And a negative number multiplied with a positive number will be giving us a negative product. So we have a negative sign over here. Now, -1. We will be substituting -1 in place of x. -1, +1 added together gives us a 0. And for this, -1, +4 is equal to +3. It is a plus sign. It is a positive number, and 0 multiplied with a positive number will be giving us a 0 as a product. Finally, 0, if we substitute 0 for x, 0 plus 1 is +1, a positive number. 0 plus 4 is +4, again a positive number. And we multiply two positive numbers to get a positive product. Okay. Now we will be seeing which columns can we include and which columns should we be excluding. Obviously, the product should be a negative number. So we cannot take the positive product or the 0 products. We have to take only this column, because only this column is giving us a negative product. And what does this column represent? It represents all numbers lying between -4 and -1. These two are excluded. Means all numbers which are greater than -4 but are less than -1. So this is our final answer for this question. Therefore, the final answer is x is greater than -4 but is less than -1. And if you want to write it in the bracketed set notation form, interval notation form, I'd definitely be asking you to watch my video on the reading of inequalities from a number line to know the rules for writing an inequality in form of a set notation, a set interval form. Okay? So students, this brings us to the end of this session. Please like, share and subscribe if you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching this video till the end. We'll meet again very soon. Till then, bye.